Hey guys, I'm Lizzie and this is Lizzie Reads and welcome to my first ever book haul. Very excited about it. I just want to start this by saying that I probably won't do like monthly book hauls like a lot of booktubers do, or people who talk about books, because I don't buy a lot of books. To be honest with you, as a student, can't really afford it. But it has been my birthday in November, so obviously I got not obviously, but I was lucky enough to receive a few birthday presents and also some birthday money, which I have not spent all of it yet, but I've spent some on books. I've got some very good Black Friday deals as my birthday is just before. So, yeah, so I'll show you what I've bought, and maybe there might be another one in January, because it's just been Christmas and I usually get books for Christmas. But other than that, it might be, I probably won't do many. I might do like library book calls because I get a lot of books from the library, etc, etc. So we'll just get into the video now. First of all, I'll show you what books I received as gifts. Just today actually, I just saw one of my friends from uni, and she gave me the lovely Some Kind of Wonderful by Giovanna Fletcher. I'm very excited to read. I've read a lot of her other books. I really enjoyed them. It was quite a while ago, so I don't really remember sort of my in-depth thoughts, but I did really enjoy them. And some of them I did think were very interesting. I like her, I like their whole family. I do like watch a lot of their stuff online, so I'm very interested in what they have, they're bringing out, etc, etc. But this is the first physical book of hers that I've owned. All of her other books I have on my Kindle. So yeah, but I'm very excited to have this. It's very beautiful, very simple. The cover is very different. It's sort of about being in a relationship with someone since you were quite young, from university, and then sort of how that plays in your life. I think the main character, who has the same name as me, which is very exciting, suffers a breakup, and how her life changes from that, considering she's been with that person for 10 years. Didn't explain that very well. I'm very sorry, but I'm very excited to read this. Might have a little Christmas read. I like little stars. Secondly, my lovely boyfriend got me The Worm and the Bird for my birthday. He saw that I got The Fox and the Star from a friend last Christmas, and he knew that I loved it and thought it was really cute. And so he did his research. He's not a reader. He did his research and he found the book and bought it for me. He did even tell me that he oh, this is by Coralie Bickford Smith. Sorry, awful I am. He did tell me that he went into Waterstones and asked for The Bird and the Worm, but it's very sweet, really. I'm very pleased with it. It's beautiful inside. It's I'm not really sure what the story. I mean, the story is probably about a bird, a worm and a bird, but I'm not sure sort of what themes or if there's anything else going on. But I'm very excited. I'm saving it for a rainy afternoon, I think, because it's nothing quite like reading a little illustrated book on a rainy afternoon, and it's bloody beautiful. Can't wait to have it on my shelf next to the first one. Well, they're not sequels, but you know. Then, as I've shown you before in my new to booktube tag, I've only done 3 videos. How can I be getting confused? My lovely friend Laura gifted me Jughead Volume 1, and it's by Chip Zdarsky and illustrated by Erica Henderson. It's from the Archie Comics series, which Riverdale is based on. I read this last night actually, to tell you the secret, but I won't tell you any more about it. But it just follows Jughead and when Riverdale High gets taken over by a new principal, and they take all the good food off the menu and feed them slop, and how he responds to that. I love Jughead as a character in Riverdale. I love Riverdale. I love Jughead and Betty, but this is very different from that, and I'm going to talk about it more in a wrap-up or some other video. Maybe, I'm not sure what I'm going to do about talking about other books I've read and etc yet, but I'm sure you'll see it again soon. And I wasn't sure whether to include this because it's not the sort of book that you normally see on BookTube, but my lovely friend Mia, who I've mentioned in every single video so far, and I've probably called all my friends lovely, but they are all lovely, bought me The Little Library Cookbook, 100 Recipes from Your Favourite Stories by Kate Young. Oh, it's wonderful. Inside, all of the recipes are like from books. So, for example, what can I say? There's cinnamon buns from The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. And is it Donna Tartt? I'll check. Yes, it's Donna Tartt, and they've got things from The Book Thief, Northern Lights, The Essex Serpent, Winnie the Pooh, The Secret Garden, Beatrix Potter. It's very exciting. It's this is just lovely. This is appealing. It's very appealing to me. And it's even got it's got contemporary books as well. It's not just sort of classics. She's taken food that they've eaten in the books and made recipes out of them, and I'm so excited because I love baking and cooking. I'm not very good at it, but I love it and I very much enjoy it. So this was an excellent gift, and I've never even heard of it before, so I'm very excited to have it. And I've tabbed a few pages, not many yet because I don't want to get too overexcited. Then I did a massive book depository little order. Well, it's not massive, it's 5 books, but it all came to £25. I was very excited about that. £25 for 5 books, that's a £5 each. Some of them were under and some of them were over, but they had massive sales on last weekend or a few weeks, whenever it was Black Friday, depends when you see it. And I got, first of all, Fragile Things by Neil Gaiman, and this is short stories, sort of all sorts of things. It says there's stories within stories, like stories of ghosts, months of the year, all very exciting, and Neil Gaiman's usual style, I hope. I've mentioned a few times that I've been reading a lot of his books this year, and I've been really enjoying them. I thought I'd try something in a different form, and this was the cheapest out of the first, the couple of books I was looking for, so I was like, well, I'll snap that up, and it matches the cover of American Gods that I have, so I wanted them all to match. Next, I bought Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. Now, I'm not really sure what this is about. I know that it's sort of fantasy, and it is sort of something to do with heist, I believe. But I've heard so many good things about it, and I keep watching videos and hearing people talking about it, and I keep thinking, oh, that sounds really good. I really like that. I really want to read that. And also, I've heard a few booktubers talk about Leigh Bardugo's other stuff as well. Thought maybe I'll start here and then see how I get on. It's quite long. It's yeah, it's almost 500 pages, so it's quite something to sink your teeth into over winter. And then also another sort of booktube past favourite that I've got is Cinder by Marissa Meyer. Marissa Meyer. I believe this is sci-fi, futuristic, cyborg, Cinderella, lots of fantasy retellings, and they always really appeal to me when I hear about them. And I thought I want to read it. I want to be in on the secret. Another, basically all the books I got from Book Depository this time were books that I'd heard a lot about. They're very hyped up. I really wanted to know more about them. I also got The Crown's Game by Evelyn Skye. Reagan from Peruse Project always talks about this in books that she recommends for all sorts of different things, and she always describes it as being like just fantasy set in Imperial Russia, and she said there's lots of politics, and I found that very interesting. I did think it was going to be fatter than this. I feel like when I see it on her channel it looked bigger, but it is. I'm not sure how this book's going to wear because it looks exactly the same as all the other versions of it I've seen in bookshops and etc. But it's very floppy, which is nice. I was really excited when I opened that because I love a floppy paperback. But the cover feels like it's been printed at home, because you can't really see on the you can't see it on camera, but it looks like when printing's gone slightly off colour. I'm not sure. It's not just the way it feels very cheap, and this was one of the more expensive books in the haul, so I'm not really sure what's going on there, but I'm not fussy. I've got it now. I'm going to read it. Hopefully I like it, because otherwise that'd be disaster. Last from Book Depository, we have Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. I saw the trailer for the film and I thought, that looks really good. I've been thinking about this for ages. I want to get more into sci-fi and fantasy. I really enjoy what I have read this year, and I think I want to get back into it because I haven't read a lot since I was a kid. And I think this might be a good place to start. And I love watching films at the cinema, and I thought maybe I could read this before it comes out, because classic, like to read the book before I watch the film, but it's not the be all and end all. Have a cup of tea. And on to my last 3 books I got from Waterstones. And the first one I got is Only Ever Yours by Louisa O'Neill. No, it's Louise O'Neill, sorry. And I got it in this edition because I think this is beautiful. I really like it. I believe this is a dystopian story where women are literally brought up to be married off or to procreate. I think it's got sort of Handmaid's Tale kind of vibes, but it's a lot more like focus on beauty standards, and instead of, when I say brought up to please men, etc., I mean physically brought up, like trained and sort of guided. From Jean's Bookish Thoughts recommended this a few times, and she also recommended something similar, Never Let Me Go by Kuro. I'll put the author's name on the screen because I just can't pronounce it, and I really enjoyed that, and I'm wondering if this has sort of similar vibes, and heard a lot about it, so I'm going to give that a go. Then I got another graphic novel called I Hate Fairyland by Scotty Young. I've had a few people talk about this on BookTube, and I'm really into graphic novels at the minute. I read my first ever graphic novel this year, Paper Girls. And I've enjoyed all the ones that are out so far. So I think this one looks really colourful and really interesting. I believe it's about a girl who gets stuck in fairyland, and although that seems really ideal, once she's there, she hates it. So it's going to be a quick read. I'll probably read it in an afternoon or an evening, or just like an hour, but if I get the time. At the minute I'm just busy doing everything, but hopefully I'll love this because it looks really, I really like the cover and some of the sort of art. Look at that, I think that's amazing. It just makes me like laughing too. And then because I bought I Hate Fairyland, and I wanted to spend enough money to get a stamp on my Waterstones card, I bought the Portrait of Murder, a Christmas crime story by Anne Meredith. I was looking on the classic crime, is it classic crime? British Library Crime Classics table in Waterstones, and I was like, really want to read one of the Christmas ones. I really love watching crime on TV. I haven't really read any. Occasionally I have, but I thought, oh, I'll pick one of these up. I've also got A Cuckoo's Calling, so I really want to just read a little bit over winter, and I love a Christmas story. I don't have many, so I thought I'll just pick one up. So I picked this up. I had a few in my hand, and I was like, right, which one do I read? I went to my friend, I was like, right, help me pick one, because I just need to decide. So I got this one. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's a little bit better edited. I think I've finally sort of figured out how to do the whole thumbnail thing, and tried not to touch my hair too much, but I'm going to do a few more edits because I've noticed as filming that I've had to stop a few more times, had to go onto a separate film, so I'm not really sure how it works. And also I'm not sure why it goes sort of, there's like a black frame around it when you watch it on YouTube, because when I watch it on my phone or on the computer it's fine, then when I watch it on YouTube it goes into a little frame, so I have no idea how to fix that, but hopefully it's not too annoying. And if you like this video, please like, subscribe and comment. Thank you very much. Bye.